Prana means life force, and prana drives all the transformations and all the actions of life. We breathe it continuously. It's the soul nourishment. It allows us to be alive. And every time we breathe in the prana, it recharges all the cells within the body. And every time we breathe out the prana, it discharges all the toxins or the excess we may have within our body. The levels of prana within our body changes depending on our lifestyle, the way we eat, if we move, if we don't move too much. So, of course, there's a lot of factors that can impact the quality of the prana we breathe and also the place we live. But still, even if you're living in a place that is not surrounded by nature, we can still find within the ability to connect with the spiritual prana on a deeper level. Every time I speak, I'm also giving prana. The more I become aware of this power within the sound, the power within my words, I can use it as a healing tool. Breathe comes from the German word atmen, that comes from the Sanskrit word Atman. We all know in the Egyptianist practice what Atman is. It's that place beyond the ego, it's that place beyond the veils. When we go beyond the mechanical aspect of breathing, where we completely let go while being present in the moment, we connect with that space in our heart that knows everything. The essence, we were born with an inhalation and we would die with an exhalation. Breathing will be the rhythm of all our existence, and how important it is to bring our consciousness to it, because the more we become present in the act of breathing, the more we allow also the body to discharge the toxin, allowing the air to reach all the parts within the body that normally don't breathe. It's like you are breathing life in. And when exhale, the discharge prana is the task of the universe to recharge it. We don't produce it, it is produced by the sun. Keeping awareness into the flow of the breathing also allows us to have less contractions within the body. When we start noticing that we have contractions, we have blockages, tension, anxiety, worries, the breath is contracted. Some of us may experience like a contraction within the stomach. So the breath naturally won't move into the belly or even other parts of the body. When that happened, we also understand that maybe there's not much flow into our lives. We can also use it as an indicator of what's going on within us. Our breath can tell us a lot about what's going on in our lives. And when, again, we become conscious of this mechanism, we can bring our presence there and try compassionately to feel what's beyond that blockages, why the energy gets stuck right there, what is not allowing us to breathe, to expand, to give more space to that part of us that is screaming to be released. 70% of the toxins in the body are expelled through breathing. Of course, the oxygen purifies the blood and also purifies all at once the cells within the system. The greatest spender of prana is the mind. How many times we feel exhausted? When we don't get enough oxygen in our system, the brain gets restless, easily irritated by things, by people, by situations. We have less patience. We have to constantly move from one thing to another. We may experience a high level of tensity within the body, adrenaline state, because we're constantly trying to control or holding on, while breathing is an act of letting go. And when we do that, we're also able to focus, to center, especially if we have examinations or we need all our energy to go through certain stages. Even growing spiritually, it requires a lot of energy to do so, and breathing definitely helps to recharge the body. Emotionally as well is very important, because when we breathe, we allow the air, the prana, to reach this part of the body that normally don't breathe, especially the muscles that are highly connected to the emotions. And so when we breathe, we release all the excesses, all the stagnations of energy within the emotions and the muscles. It allows us to expand to higher levels of consciousness. And Aum means Atma. It's the sound of creation. It's the beginning attuned us with the universal's energy, with the cosmos itself. In fact, all the mantra normally starts with Om. The Om sound is also composed by 4 main letters, which are A, U, M, and Anusvara. Anusvara is not really a sound, but it's more like the humming at the end of the sound when we do the Aum. So the humming is considered a 4th sound. The A or A is the wakefulness state. So it's more the part of the sound that is connected to the external experience of the body, the organs as well. And the U or U is more the dream state and is also connected more to the inwards experiences. And then we have the M sound, which is a quite feminine sound, and is connected to the deep sleep state. I think the M in general stabilizes the sound, and it also creates that passive receivingness of the feminine. And then we have Anusvara, which is the transcendental state, which goes beyond the ego. So after exploring the external, the internal, we passively opening up to creation, then we go beyond. We move on into another realm. It's a little bit similar to the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual plane.